In this video, I'm going to teach you how to design a slot for your Glowforge projects so they fit together perfectly on the first try. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Karley and I love all things crafting. So if you love Cricut, Silhouette, Glowforge, or Xtool, check out my other how-to videos and subscribe to my channel. In today's tutorial, I am showing you a Glowforge project. I'm making these table numbers for my sister's wedding, and there is one thing I hate about projects is when you get to the final step and they don't fit together perfectly and you have some wiggle or jiggle in your final project. So I'm going to show you how to avoid that so you get perfectly straight projects that do not wiggle or jiggle and fit together oh so nicely. So I know it's a little bit hard because this is clear, but I will show you a little bit later on with our project that we're going to cut how nicely this fits together. So if you are making a project, some joints, you're making a box or anything that needs to fit together, I'm going to show you how to create your file so that you get a perfect fit on the first try. So for this project, I'll take my base off and say I haven't designed my base yet, or I have an existing file from a file creator and I need to modify it to fit my specific material. So if the material that they recommended is 1/8, but my material is a little bit thicker because I added a piece of faux suede to the front of it, I need to adjust the file. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing you'll need is a digital caliper. I like digital calipers because it's pretty foolproof, and all you need to do is power it on. Tips touching together, you want to make sure it's zeroed out. If it's not, you'll click 0. I'm in inches right now. And I'm going to grab my project and measure the base of where I want my slot to be. So for this project, it's on the bottom, and there will be some variation in your material. So we'll use the largest measurement that we find. And my measurement is 0.137 inches. So I'm going to write that number down. And just for good measure, I'm going to check the other side to ensure that it's the same thickness and not any bigger. And the other side is 0.136, so we'll use the larger measurement, which is 0.137 inches. So that is my thickness, and then I designed this project so that my width is 5 inches, so I know that my width is 5 inches. So I'll also write that measurement down. So our measurement that we want our slot to be is 5 inches wide by 0.137. But we have to take into account that the laser beam will go around and actually take a little bit more material away from the edges, about 0.05 on each edge. So if you have 2 edges, it's going to take away about 0.01 more. So to account for that, we're actually going to subtract. So if you are taking away 2 sides, the laser beam is going to take away 0.01. I'm just going to do a visual representation for you so you can see here. And that would be 0.127 inches. So then when the laser takes away that extra material, we get back to the measurement that we want. And the same thing for the 5. So we'll take away 0.01 inches, which would equal 4.99 inches. So those are the measurements that we want since we are adjusting for kerf. And kerf is just the extra material that your laser is going to inevitably take away. So to account for that, we just need to make our measurements a little bit different. So now to adjust our file type, I'm just going to select the rectangle, the slot, and I'm going to adjust these measurements. So right now I have the width is 4.99, which is correct, but the material thickness, I need to adjust it, and I want to make sure that this is unlocked here, and I'm going to adjust that to 0.127. You can see that it was just a very minimal adjustment, and we're good to go. So now we can upload this file to Glowforge and cut it. All right, I powered on my Glowforge, so you'll hear that humming in the background, and I dropped in that file that we just created. I left the outside dimensions exactly the same. So that was 6 inches wide by 2 inches tall. And I just adjusted that slot for the kerf and the thickness of my material. So again, whatever the thickness of your material is, you'll want to subtract 0.01 inches if you have two edges. If you're just cutting around one edge and it's a box joint, for example, you'll just want to subtract 0.05. Hopefully that makes sense. So we'll adjust this and place it so that I can cut my file. And it's medium acrylic, so I just have the proof grade settings, medium clear acrylic, and that's set for a proof grade cut. So I'll click print, and that will take about 53 seconds, so I will show you the final cut. So here is my cut straight out of the laser. This is the top side, and then this is the bottom. You can see the burnt edges just a bit. It's just the masking, so it's not a big deal. But I did want to address something that I have seen come up as a question often. So when you're fitting your pieces together, here's my project. I just need to peel away my masking since we didn't account for masking. And I'm looking at the top of my project blank right now. When I slide this in, it is tight, so just be aware that you will kind of have to use a little bit of muscle. So you can see just how perfectly that fits together. If I push on this, there's really no give or wiggle at all. So it's on there. If I shake it, hit it around, it's on there. And I did leave the masking on so you could see it better in this view. And then from the top. So this fits together really nicely from the top. Now watch what happens if I try to fit it the opposite way. So now I'm going to place the top on the mat and the bottom edge will be facing me. If I try to fit this together, it will not fit. So the reason that it doesn't fit is because the Glowforge laser, it actually cuts at a very, very slight angle. So it only fits from the top. So if you cut your piece and you pull it out of the laser and it doesn't fit, try flipping it over and seeing maybe you have it the wrong way and then refit your piece. So it only fits the one way because our measurements are so precise. So there you go. If you are cutting slots, this is my foolproof method for making my cuts perfect every single time. You can see that it stands up. And then here is a look at one with the clear base. If you're looking for this file, I will list it on my Etsy shop so you can cut all the different components. It is a little time consuming because you're cutting your acrylic pieces, your faux leather, some iron-on gold acrylic. So it is a time consuming project, but I think the result is absolutely stunning. So let me know if you have any questions about how to cut your slots, and hopefully you learned something new in this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.